I am the firstborn daughter to Reverend Sandy Brown, after 5 brothers. And I was raised in a very small town in North Carolina, Robertsonville, North Carolina to be exact. And I got my formal education there, graduated from high school there, and developed my art and my creativeness came about during the time when I was in first grade. And it didn't come through drawing, it came through writing. My first grade teacher acknowledged the fact that I could write very well because things were lines and circles. And then from there, I would draw from pictures and things that I saw to repeat it, and I did that. And as I got through progress along during junior high, I was fortunate enough to have my relative to teach me, and every day I drew. He had me drawing every day I would draw. And I took art classes during the summer, and I was a 4-H club member. And when I started college, I was thinking I was more or less pleasing my parents because my father wanted me to be a nurse and my mother wanted me to be a teacher, and I was just going to please them. But whenever I would take a subject or anything in college, it would always take me back to art. And while I didn't getting back to my high school, while I was in high school, I didn't have arts high school. We didn't have any arts or anything for gifted and talented children. Everything was just academics, strictly academics. I could draw, do anything I wanted to do. It didn't matter. It was strictly academics. So when I was in high school, my French teacher learned that I could draw very well and do a lot of things artistically. She would have me to do a little activities and things after school and during school, like decorating the bulletin board and doing little small things. And I just started doing art. And in the process of doing art, whenever I wanted to do something else, it will always take me back to art. I would want to paint, I would want to sculpt. For a while, I sculpted a lot. Everything was with clay. And then I did photography. I just did different forms of art. And I just said, well, then maybe it's just made for me to do art. As an artist, I am a multimedia artist. I made plastic, wood, and fibra. But before I did this one, these was just cardboards and pizza boxes. All of these were just cardboards and pizza boxes, and I saw faces out of them. This is coming from my trip from West Africa a few summers ago. So I created from boxes and using different colors, like cool colors and warm colors and complementary colors. And I created this. And this particular one, the round one, is the one that I did one summer when I was in St. Louis with an Institute for Self-Active Education program they had. And we had all these recyclable things and everything that we had there. We had to do our own creation and everything, which some was good and some was bad, but once you begin to get your thoughts and everything together, you can come up with a whole bunch of things. So this one is the one that I did, the circular piece that I did. And then I made a performing art piece, which is the drum that I have during the summer. And all these things that you see, these are things that a lot of company and large corporation help to pollute the earth with, so we are saving them to create art to get people noticed. Art comes in all forms. I don't feel that I'm different than other artists. We just have different interests at certain times. Certain times artists get in the mood that they only want to paint. And when they want to paint, they just paint. And sometimes you get in the mood that you just want to draw. And then you just draw. And when you want to just take photographs or make sculpture or build things. Because if you notice, majority of the artists that we know today, they work with more than one media. They did more than one thing. They sculpt, they paint, they drew, they took pictures. They did a lot of form of artwork. It's not just one thing that they did. I am inspired by changing the environment. That's what inspires me most. And I've been working on this series, working on this for a while, changing the environment. And slowly but surely, I see it take form throughout the United States, different states in the United States. And even here in the city of Newark, they're changing their environment. If you notice, there are different murals in the city on the walls that they have, painted to make a difference within the neighborhood. You see a lot of children work with them making these murals. So changing the environment, I feel that is the most important, that inspires me.